I trusted the one person who knew my secrets. But the night I lost everything, I realized he had been planning it for months. And what I discovered later changed the entire direction of my life. Story starts now. 3 years ago, I wasn't rich. I wasn't famous. But I had something better: stability. A small apartment, a steady IT job, and a best friend named Daniel. Daniel wasn't just a friend. He was family. We built dreams together, planned a startup together, even shared passwords. That's how much I trusted him. When my company announced layoffs, Daniel was the first person I called. He sounded supportive. Too supportive. He said, "Don't worry, bro. This might be your chance. Let's finally build our own company." I believed him. We spent nights planning, business models, clients, investments. I invested my savings. He said he would handle investors and legal paperwork. I signed what he told me to sign. That was my biggest mistake. Because 2 months later, I walked into a meeting expecting to be a co-founder. Instead, I discovered my name wasn't on anything. No ownership, no partnership, no shares. Daniel had registered the company alone. And worse, he used my work, my code, my ideas. When I confronted him, he didn't even look guilty. He just said, "It's business, man. Don't take it personal." That sentence hit harder than losing the company. I lost my job, my savings, my friend, my identity. Within weeks, I couldn't afford rent. I packed my life into 2 bags and moved into a cheap motel on the edge of the city. That night, staring at the cracked ceiling, I asked myself, how did I let this happen? But the real question wasn't how. It was what I was going to do next. Because for the first time in my life, I had absolutely nothing left to lose. And that's exactly where everything started changing. The motel room smelled like old carpet and regret. I had $312 left. That was it. No job, no plan, no one to call. For 2 days, I did nothing but scroll through job listings and replay Daniel's betrayal in my head. Anger is heavy. It drains you. But on the 3rd morning, something shifted. Not motivation, not hope, just exhaustion from feeling sorry for myself. So I opened my laptop and started coding again. Not for revenge, not for success, just to stay sane. I began building small freelance tools, automation scripts, website fixes. I applied to gigs nobody wanted. Low pay, short deadlines, messy clients. But something strange happened. Every tiny project made me sharper. Every late night made me faster. Every rejection made me tougher. And within months, I realized something. When Daniel betrayed me, he took my company. But he accidentally gave me something bigger: independence. I no longer waited for approval. I no longer trusted promises. I trusted skill. 1 client became 3, 3 became 10. I moved out of the motel into a tiny studio. Not success yet, but survival. Then one evening, I received an email from a startup founder in California. He said he saw one of my tools online and wanted to hire me for a long-term project. The contract value? More than my old yearly salary. I stared at the screen for a full minute, because at that moment, I realized something powerful. Losing everything forced me to rebuild stronger. And karma? Karma was already moving. Because that same week, I heard Daniel's company was struggling. Funding problems, team issues, legal disputes. For the first time, I didn't feel anger. I felt distance. Because my life was no longer connected to his story. It was finally my own. And what happened next was something I never expected. 6 months later, I was running a small remote tech agency. Not huge, not viral, but stable, profitable, growing. Then one afternoon, I received a LinkedIn message from Daniel. I almost ignored it, but curiosity won. He wrote, "Hey, I know things ended badly. I could use your help on a project." I laughed, not out of bitterness, out of clarity. Because in that moment, I realized karma isn't revenge. Karma is growth. I didn't need to destroy him. Life already taught us both our lessons. So I replied, I hope things work out for you, but I've moved on. That message closed a chapter, not with anger, with peace. And that's when I understood the real truth. Betrayal didn't ruin my life. It redirected it. Struggle didn't break me. It rebuilt me. Self-growth didn't happen overnight, but it changed everything. And success? Success wasn't money or recognition. Success was becoming someone who could never be controlled again. Because sometimes, losing everything is the only way to discover who you really are. The end. Have you ever trusted someone who completely changed your life, for better or worse? Do you believe betrayal can actually lead to success? What would you do if you had to rebuild your life from zero? Reply to the comment.